Namaste, Mabuhay, and welcome, folks. Yes, this live stream is off the cuff. However, it's very intentional. And I am asking everybody, and I will put up a link shortly to show you how to go to expats forums to make complaints in the Philippines. But I am asking everybody out there, and I'm relying on the nastiness of the trolls and the idiots and the jerk-offs out there to make this known to the different government departments that I'm going to be speaking to you about. I am actually begging the mongs out there to contact these government departments and tell them, listen to Jeff's latest complaint. And this will help me greatly. So mongs that are watching, and we know that you are, excuse me while I just have a snack while we're chatting. If you see this, I make no apology for the following video. Filipino officials have failed in their duty, so now they will be brought to account, and if they don't like it, that is their own fault. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this video is all about. Filipino officials have completely, utterly and totally, corruptly, wrongly, knowingly, and blatantly failed in their duty to myself and my asawa as law-abiding, land-owning, tax-paying citizens of Cordova, Cebu. I have told you on a number of occasions how squatters, yes, ladies and gentlemen, squatters, that's all they are, have built a structure in front of our residential lot directly on Department of Public Works and Highways government easement land that we left vacant once we had the land surveyed for our lot. And we were required by law under that survey to leave 20 metres from the middle of the main national highway fronting our land for road widening. In the Philippines, that's actually known under DPWH as ROW. And it is enforceable. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I have been down to the local library and I have printed out the laws, the rules, the regulations on this. However, the local officials in Cordova are soon going to find that their positions are now in jeopardy because I am contacting the governor of Cebu. You all know that I'm not afraid to ring somebody. I'm not afraid to go up the chain. I am not some barrio fool that will be intimidated by some minor official in some minor little government numpty department, especially when I have the law, the rules, and the regulations on my side against them and their cronyism, their nepotism, their corruption. And ladies and gentlemen, let me show you. This is exactly what's going on. You can do exactly what I've done, ladies and gentlemen, because these documents will prove to you that I am telling you the truth. Now, if nothing is done about this, I am going to start a separate YouTube channel to completely, utterly, and totally discourage any tourism, but certainly any investment in the Philippines, specifically Cebu. Now, I have sent a request to the governor of Cebu, one Pamela Baracatro, for a personal appointment because everybody under her is a typical Filipino bullshit, corrupt employee who has done nothing about this problem. I'm not making lies. I'm not telling false stories. The entire political system in Cordova, Cebu are rubbish. Let me show you why, ladies and gentlemen. On a number of occasions, I have, and my family have, and the tenants on my land have made complaints to not only the local barangay, but also to the municipal hall. I personally, 4 years ago, went to the barangay. I got the chief engineer to come to that property to say that structure in front of your lot is illegal. It's not allowed to be here. And like a fool, I allowed those people to stay because I didn't want to throw them on the street. I think you all know the story. G'day, Johnny. I'm not going to be concentrating on... Now, hang on. Michael, if you could come in, I'll send you the link. If you could come in and moderate the chat for me, I would be very grateful because I have a shitload of very important, very direct, very, very controversial government things to say. So, Michael, if you could moderate the chat for me, I would be greatly appreciated of that. So let me just put up the link for you, Michael. Michael, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, has been a massive, great supporter of this channel and always looked after me. And I would be more than grateful, Michael, if you look after the chat for me. There you go, Michael. Listen, if you could do that and take care of it, answer any questions, I leave it open to you because I know that you are 100% on my side. I completely trust you. You know that you can, you've got the wrench there. You can kick anybody out. You can ban people. You can do what you like in chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, Michael is now in control of chat. Thank you very much for that, my friend. I really appreciate it. Leo from Frio. Leo, again, what a wonderful supporter of the channels, ladies and gentlemen. He's always been there. I met Leo through Johnny Siam's channel. Thank you for coming in, Leo. I'm going to be showing people documents of law. Not what I'm saying, not made up, documents of law. Okay? And I am going to show you why going to Cebu, spending your money in Cebu, but if you are intending in investing in Cebu, don't do it. Do not go there. Have nothing to do with it. The officials in Cebu don't care about you, will do nothing for you, will not help you, and when you get shit on by the locals, they will run for cover, as they have been running for cover from my complaints, legal, justified complaints. They've just run away from it. My message to everybody out there is do not go to Cordova or Mactan Island in any way, shape, or form. As tourists, as guests, do not spend a bloody centavo there. Do not waste your pesos on Cordova, Mactan Island. They are cheats, thieves, and crooks who will rip you off, rob you blind, and take you to the cleaners. And when you get into any kind of strife over there, they will spit in your face and kick you out backwards. Let me show you and tell you why I'm making these claims, which are genuine, which are valid. There is no way that they can turn around and say that I'm an undesirable element, that I'm a bad man, that I'm lying, that I'm not telling the truth, because I am. And you all know the story about the squatters who built a structure illegally in front of my residential property in Cordova. You all know the story. We have made several complaints to the local people. The local municipal chief engineer actually came with me to the property, as I've told you before, and told those people, this is an illegal structure. Well, let me show you, ladies and gentlemen, the actual laws, rules, and regulations as they apply to this under Philippines law. And let me show you that the same local government officials have done nothing in breach of their contracts, in breach of everything that they are hired to and elected to do. Now, you all know me. I'm scared of nobody. I don't give a crap about the local barangay. They're nothing. They are the bottom level of crap, bloody whatever in Philippines justice. Just forget them. Go to Municipal Hall. Well, we've been to Municipal Hall and they have utterly and totally ignored us against the law, against their own rules, against their own regulations. They have totally ignored us on occasion after occasion after occasion. When we are fully, totally, 100% within our right. And the squatter, illegal business that they're protecting for whatever reason has no rights whatsoever. Why are these officials allowing it to happen? Are they being bribed? You have to ask the question. Why are they stopping a Filipino citizen, Maya Sawa, who is born and bred in Cordova, Cebu, who owns this land in Cordova, Cebu, and pays taxes in Cordova, Cebu? Why are they allowing illegal squatters with no authority whatsoever to squat and build an illegal structure on our land without any purposes? But ladies and gentlemen, that's not it. This structure has now gone from what was an upholstery shop fixing couches and chairs. It is now selling food items, namely bulk rice. So it is a food store. They have absolutely no permits whatsoever under the laws of Cordova or Cebu or the Philippines to do so. The structure that they're operating from is totally illegal, built on DPWH easement land, which I will prove to you in these documents, directly in front of my residential lot, barring and stopping me from driving into my own lot directly off the main road. They blocked it. And who is doing this? An old woman and her fat daughter, who is nothing more than a precocious little brat who thinks she's some sort of princess because that's how she's been brought up. We all know the typical Filipino family who think that their children are just wonderful and spoil them rotten. Well, this little fat cow has never been disciplined in her life, and every time she's turned around, she's been told that she's special. She's wonderful. She is a darling. She's a princess. And this little cow has built this going business in front of our lot on DPWH easement. I will show you in the documents and I will walk you through it. Absolutely, utterly and totally no legal rights whatsoever. But her mother used to work at Mactan Airport years and years and years ago. So what? She doesn't work there now. What's that got to do with building an illegal structure on the National Highway in Cordova? She worked at Mactan Airport. It's got nothing to do with building an illegal structure in Cordova. But this woman is friends with all the local officials. Well, I'm sorry, just being friends with the local officials in the Philippines means that the law can be completely ignored, circumnavigated, and just thrown in the rubbish? Well, apparently so in Cordova, Cebu. Apparently on Mactan Island, Cordova, Cebu, if you know somebody in officialdom, you can break every bloody law there is. You can ignore everything. You can trample on everybody's rights. If you are a friend of a public official in Cordova, you can completely, utterly, and totally block and cut off the access for anybody else to get into their own home. Answer me how that works, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back to some questions that I have raised with Philippines legal things. So I have approached different government departments. This is from DPWH. In Cebu, Philippines, can someone build a structure directly in front of a residential lot that is not their land? The answer, in Cebu, Philippines, this is from DPWH. In Cebu, Philippines, building a structure directly in front of a residential lot without being the owner's land is generally not allowed due to the building regulations. These regulations are enforced by local building officials and are part of the National Building Code of the Philippines, PD 1096, and its implementing rules and regulations, IRR. Setback requirements. In other words, you have to be a certain amount of meters back from the white line in the middle of the road, are crucial in ensuring public safety, urban planning, and health and welfare. In residential areas, for instance, which ours is, there are specific minimum distances that must be maintained between a building or structure and the boundary of the lot or adjacent properties. It goes on. But that's just that one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Let me get rid of that. These are official documents that anybody can Google and find out for themselves. Okay, now that's further down the track. Let me get to the first one. I've got these all out of order because when I came to sit down, I dropped them and they went everywhere. So just give me a second, ladies and gentlemen, while I get these back in order. Okay, now we have made at least a dozen complaints to Cordova Municipal Hall, Cordova, Cebu, regarding this illegal structure and how it is blocking our legal access from the main highway to our residential lot. We can't even walk, can hardly walk in there. They've left us this much space. They've just blocked it off completely. Totally illegally. Cut off, I can't drive a car in there because this huge building is there. Totally illegally. On land that they don't own, that they've got no authority over, that they've got no rights to. So listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is from the Philippines government. What happens when a person ignores building violation notices from Cordova Municipal Hall? And the answer, ignoring building violation notices from the Cordova Municipal Hall in Cebu repeatedly will result in heavy fines. I haven't been fined a thing. This has been going on for years. Mandatory stoppage of work. They haven't been told to stop trading, and eventual demolition of the structure. I was there, as you know, 3-4 years ago, and I could have demolished that on the spot, but I felt sorry for the people that were occupying it, and I let them stay because I'm not going to put people on the street. Those of you who follow the channel will know that. I have been totally abused for my good nature. Under Philippines law, violators face criminal charges, penalties up to 20,000 pesos, and imprisonment of up to 2 years. Well, be it known, public officials that have ignored these violation notices from Cordova Municipal, who are the ones who actually issued them on several occasions, I'm coming after you, and I'm going to bring this to the attention of the governor of Cebu. If the governor of Cebu doesn't want to know, I'm going to bring it to the attention of the ombudsman. And then if they don't want to know, I'm going to take it direct to Malacanang Palace in Manila. I am not scared of you bastards. And I will take this to the highest authority and make you known as the numpty, corrupt, crony bastards that you are. And I will demand your termination. I will demand your prosecution, and I will demand personal compensation from you. If you don't like it, do your fucking job, you useless, lazy, no-hoping, corrupt asshole. And if you don't like that, come to Australia and take me on. And I will eat you for fucking breakfast. I am sick to fucking death of your Filipino bullshit culture, your cronyism, your corruption, and your carry-on. I'm not going to take it anymore. And if you don't like it, tough luck. The law is on my side. Now, here, ladies and gentlemen, key consequences of continued non-compliance to people who ignore the violation notices from the municipal hall. Criminal liability. Violating the National Building Code, PD 1096, is a criminal offence which can lead to court cases and potential imprisonment for up to 2 years. Whoever is saying that they're in charge of this rice store, which has no building permit, because they can't get building permit to build where it is. They cannot get any kind of permit from barangay or municipal. But hey, listen to this. Some idiot, some untrained wanker at Barangay Hall a few years ago issued a barangay permit for them to be there. I'm going to make sure that person is prosecuted to the full extent of Philippines law, because they had absolutely, utterly and totally no legal basis to do it. I'm going to make sure that person goes to jail. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of this crap that because I work for Municipal Hall, I can give my friends anything they want. No, you can't break the law. Well, they did. I'm going to make sure that the person responsible for issuing all these violation notices from Municipal Hall is brought to the attention of the governor, the congressman or woman, the board member of Cebu, or the senator for Cebu. I'm going to make sure that their name is utter shit in those offices. We are law-abiding, landowning, tax-paying, legally responsible people being treated like crap because some pissant minor official in a little numpty third-class municipality on the arse end of Mactan Island, to wit, Cordova, is friends with some squatter. Well, no, I'm not putting up with it any longer. So all you mongs out there, take this video and make sure that you send it to the Philippines officials so they know what's going on. I couldn't ask you and beg you and get you to help me any more than you reporting this video to Philippines officials so the word gets out. You will be helping me immensely. The criminal liability results in heavy fines and penalties. The building official may impose substantial fines which can accumulate over time due to negligence. There will be a demolition order organised by the municipality which has the authority to dismiss the structure at the owner's expense. The local government unit may file formal legal charges for defiance and lawful orders. Everything about this is in my favour. Can municipal hall officers be held responsible for ignoring illegally constructed buildings? There are results for can municipal hall officers be held responsible for ignoring illegally constructed shops on public easement after many complaints. Yes, municipal hall officers can be held responsible for failing to act on illegal construction on public easement. Now, let me get this clear to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's my lot. And there is the main national highway. From the middle of the main national highway, from the middle of the road, you have to leave 20 metres for easement, for road widening. And this now becomes totally critical in Cordova because of the CCLEX. And I will get to that in a moment. No person under any circumstances can, for any reason, whatever, whoever they are, can build on road easement, ROW, in Cordova. It's not able to be done under any circumstances. Yet this squatter bitch has built on that DPWH road that we left clear because that was the law, directly in front of our lot, has built this structure. Complaints to Cordova Municipal Hall, complaints to the local barangay, who are just minor nobodies. I'm not even going to bother with them because they're not worth bothering with. They're just nothing. But Cordova Municipal Hall, the chief engineer knows the situation, has done nothing about it. Well, sir, I am going to prosecute you. I am going to bring you to the attention of the governor of Cebu, the senator who controls Cebu, the congressman of Cebu or congresswoman, I'm going to bring you to the attention of everybody for your negligence and your malfeasance, your dereliction of duty, and your negligence in not doing your job after you've been advised over many years and several times, but not only myself, but my tenants and my family. So many complaints have been brought to your office and you have done nothing. You are useless. You are not worthy of holding your position. You are not entitled to be paid to do nothing. I am going to make sure that your name is absolute rubbish, and I'm going to ask the governor of Cebu to suspend you and investigate you, fire you, and ban you from all public service in the future because you are totally bloody useless, sir. You had the opportunity to do your job. Many times we've approached you. You've done nothing. Under the Republic Act, you are responsible and you've done nothing. You are lazy. You are incompetent. And I will say, why have you done nothing? Are you corrupt? Have you accepted bribes from these people to do nothing? This is the investigation I will have into you, Mr. Chief Engineer of Cordova, Cebu, Municipal Hall. Is Mayor Swan aware of your total inaction? Will Mayor Swan be happy with this coming out? Tourism to the Philippines is dropping like a lead brick, and these are the reasons why. Foreigners do not want to come to Cebu. They don't want to come to the Philippines anymore. Foreign tourism to the Philippines has dropped by over 20 million in 1 year. Your country is hurting because of it. And this is why. Now, somebody at my door. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, folks. I'll be back. And take these two long ravens to the bolt. You want to take any. Okay? Thanks, love. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I've got people here. I advertised a free item, a free side-mounted clothesline that was on the side of my shed. I advertised it for free on Facebook Marketplace. My, what do you call it? My Facebook has been just going mental. Everybody, as soon as you put something up for free, it's been going mental. So they're here to pick it up. And that's what that was all about. Anyway, getting back to this. I have personally seen this engineer on 2 occasions. I've been polite, amicable. I pointed out all the different rules, regulations, laws, how we have complied with everything we need to comply with. He's actually been up to the site. He was there when I told the guy, get out. He agreed. He told the store owner, you have no legal right to be here, blah, 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 blah. But he's done nothing. No demolition order, no nothing. Well, Mr. Engineer, you are now in my sights. You are now in my firing line. Your lackadaisical, couldn't give a shit attitude, well, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass. So, can municipal hall officers be held responsible for ignoring illegally constructed shops on public easement after many complaints? Yes. Municipal or hall officers can be held responsible for failing to act on illegal construction on public easements. Let me get this clear in a minute. Particularly after multiple complaints have been filed, which we have. Such an action may constitute misfeasance in public office, neglect of duty, or administrative negligence. In the Philippines, for example, public officials can face both administrative and criminal charges for failing to remove structures built illegally on public land, which are considered public nuisances. Okay, now let me get this clear. I've told you, here's our lot. In front of our lot, we've left 20 metres to the road. Within those 20 metres, some squatter has come along and built a structure. Totally illegal, because that land then becomes DPWH easement. But it's in front of our lot. There is no title to that land except under DPWH laws, regulations, and that's it. That's it. That's why we left it vacant, to obey the law. So for some squatter to come along and build a structure on it, excuse me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste any more time with these fools. I will start a public campaign to let every foreigner know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing with I've had other problems in Cordova. The police in Cordova will not help a foreigner when they're in trouble. You get robbed in Cordova, Cebu, on Mactan Island, the police will just tell you tough luck. They will do nothing to help you find the assailant. They will do nothing to find your robber. They will do nothing to help you with insurance. They will do nothing. You're a foreigner. You're rich. You can afford it. Do not go to Cordova, Cebu for any reason whatsoever. Do not take your pesos to Cordova, Cebu. Do not give them a penny, not 1 centavo. Do not trust anyone in Cordova, Cebu to help you if you get into trouble of any kind, especially Cordova Police, Pulis. I have been in several different altercations where I've been threatened, robbed, assaulted, and gone to Cordova Police Station personally with witnesses. Oh, you're rich, you're a foreigner, you can afford it, fuck off. Do not go to Cordova, Cebu. Do not go. Do not buy any property in Cordova, Cebu. Do not. Do not invest in any kind of business in Cordova, Cebu. Do not trust any single public official in Cordova, Cebu. And that's from barangay level right up through municipal hall, because they are crony, useless, lackadaisical, couldn't give a shit assholes. They have done absolutely fucking nothing about the complaints, the legal, justified, formal complaints against this illegal activity going on. They've done nothing. We live in Australia. Fuck you. Because some old lady who's decided to be an arsehole to us used to work at Mactan Airport and has got a spoilt brat daughter with a big mouth. But we live in Australia. Ignore us. The fact that we've done everything legal, built everything properly, by the bylaws, by the rules, by the regulations, paid our taxes on time every time. Go to hell, Eleanor and Jeffrey Mead of Australia. My Asawa is a dual Filipino citizen. They're treating her like shit. No. No, not on my watch. No, to hell with them. To hell with them. They can get lost. Now, knowing the ingrained filth of corruption in the Philippines, Bongbong Marcos has just come out, the president of the Philippines has just come out and admitted the flood control corruption scandal, that everybody in every government department from the top to the bottom is involved in it. We know from the president's mouth that the Philippines public service system is rotten to the core. I'm not saying anything bad. They can't ban me or blacklist me for telling the truth that came out of the mouth of their own president. I'm not denigrating the Filipino in any way, shape, or form. I'm just repeating facts. And the facts are that we have been utterly and totally ignored illegally by these scumbag pieces of shit because they're friends with some numpty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest who's just come in. Let's give a big hearty welcome to my mate Sal. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Long time no talk.
Well, as you can see, I'm very fired up.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing, man. So, sometimes you got to just. It feels like you're shouting into the wind, but keep fighting the good fight, man. That's all you can keep doing. At some point, things are going to go your way. You'll eventually get this in front of someone who gives a damn. But those people are few and far and in between.
Well, like I say, Sal, look, I've been battling this for more than 5 years now. We have every legal right on our side. So why are these public officials, after all these complaints, why are they not doing their job? Why are they not following the law that they were elected to uphold? What is it in the Philippines that because you're friends with somebody, the law doesn't exist? Now, you've lived there long enough to know what I'm talking about. If you know a public official, you can do whatever shit you want.
Well, in my opinion, like the way Philippine politicians works is it's somewhat akin to like African warlordism, where each warlord, they run their own little fiefdom and they don't really move for anybody other than a more powerful African warlord. So whether it's this DSWD director in Bohol or the DENR chief in the Visayas regions, like they don't move for anybody, and they actually almost take it as an offense to try to get you to get them to work. So they look at their salary as almost a God-given right as part of their like position. So their salary is what they get for doing nothing. Now, for them to actually do any work requires what's called consideration, and they'll work one of two ways. If someone really high above them, way high up, like a senator, Supreme Court justice, cabinet official level person, governor, tells them to move, or in the 21st century, we're living in 2026, if something goes viral on Facebook. That's about it. Otherwise, people don't move for shit.
Yep. Just typing back. I've got to really I don't know why I looked at the questions there, but keep your enemies close. I said he's lucky that he thinks I'm in Australia. No, I don't go. I'll be there right now. I'm going there. But keep your enemies closer. Listen, I don't care about corrupt people in the Philippines. The only thing that fosters their bullshit is the fact that it's quiet. People don't speak out about it. Well, I'm not some scared of my shadow barrio pedal cab driver. I'm not scared of these people. What you don't know, or what you maybe have forgotten, is that the day that Rody Duterte was appointed president, he appointed Adelino Sitoy, the mayor of Cordova, as the secretary for the PLLO, the Public Liaison Legislation Office. In other words, the Minister of fucking Justice for the Philippines. That week, that very same week, I took him to the Ombudsman's office of the Visayas for corruption, and I won. And guess what? Nothing happened to him. And do you know why? Even though I won, he admitted his corruption in front of the Ombudsman staff in a government office, in a hearing, in a formal hearing, but nothing happened to him. And I'll tell you why. Because the Philippines has a Republic Act specifically designed for politicians. And it reads that if you're a politician and you're dirty, if you are filthy, dirty, corrupt, and get caught doing it, as long as you're not caught within 20 years of doing it, you go free. Well, I took him to the Ombudsman in 2016, And the crimes that he committed were committed in 1993, which was more than 20 years. So that smug piece of shit, corrupt cunt stood up and goes, well, I'm exempt. You can't touch me because it's been more than 20 years. That's how filthy, disgusting, low and degenerate Philippines politics are. They've got a get out of jail free card for their filth. Shit you not.
I believe Thailand has a similar law, and I don't think it's 20 years. I think it's 10 years, because I know some billionaire Thai guy son, like a Nepo son, killed a police officer with his Ferrari, fled the scene. Witnesses said it was a red Ferrari that ran over this police officer. They're like, well, we know who owns a red Ferrari. They go to the billionaire's house. It's got a bunch of damage on the hood, blood on the hood. Well, he goes to Austria for a decade, gets convicted in absentia, comes back 10 years later, lives his billionaire life like nothing happened. Gave the family of the police officer like $1 million baht, and like all was good. Nothing happened to him. I think he's running for office now, political office. So it might be more of a Southeast Asia thing. I mean, they've got their culture. So sometimes I try not to fight it. A wise man once told me, living here, and I've been here almost 4 years. He goes, if you want to maintain your sanity, don't ask why. You just smile with it. Like, I mean, if you start asking why, it's a dozen times a day. You're just like, by 2 p.m. you'll just be tearing your hair out. You'll be as bald as GD Meade, and you'll just go mad. And so a lot of things I just let it go. I stay in my little foreigner bubble here, and I travel. I hit up the beaches. I hit up the cities, different places. But I steer clear of a lot of things, and a lot of things I just let go. Like I haven't had any major scams happen to me, but small scams. Yeah, there's no way around it. And we're talking like, they shortchange you or something, and like at the 7-Eleven or the sorry store, they shortchange you, like, and you just smile and you say, oh well, I gave you 500. Shouldn't my change be this? And they'll smile and say, oh, I'm sorry, sir, and I'm bad at math. And like, well, if you think about it, like, if they're bad at math, it means like half the time you should get shortchanged, half the time you should get extra change. And like, I've been shortchanged. Like,
I just stop you for a second. I need to go in the backyard. These people are having a problem. You keep telling people, but I just have to go out and sort out what they're doing. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Keep telling the story, but just give me a second till I get back.
Well, I guess I'll run the show in his absence, guys. But yeah, I've been shortchanged a good 50 or 60 times. I've been given too much change twice. So I don't think they're bad at math. I think they're actually pretty good at math. Let's kind of run through some of the chat here. We got Michael Young, keep your enemies closer. Tony Buick, hey guys, how you guys doing? Johnny Siam's in the house. Yeah, you're right, Johnny Siam. That was the Red Bull guy. The Red Bull guy was the Thai guy that killed the police officer and got off scot-free. Going back earlier in the chat, I noticed some people talked about Kano's Burgers. So I was there in Bohol for 2 weeks in December, and it was closed when I went there, completely closed. I drove by it, and there was like dust and dirt on the windows and patios. There were no chairs. So as far as I know, Kano's is closed. He may open up like a couple days.
Oh,
Yeah. Cool. On December 28th, no, I'm sorry, 29th or something, I went up there, drove past it. It was closed. Now, to his credit, like that technically was in the holiday season, so maybe he closed for like a week or two for Christmas and New Year's. But on December 28th or 29th at 3 p.m., it was totally closed. There was like, it looked like it had been closed for weeks. It's completely been taken off of Google Maps. I'm guessing like rent. He just did it. He got some stupid investor, whether it was that Bruce guy or was that Fool
Yeah.
Rizzuto. I don't call him Phil Rizzuto. I call him Fool Rizzuto. I think one of those guys got suckered into invest in like 10, 20 grand US, and Hog opened up, paid a couple months rent, bought some equipment, opened for a few weeks, and I think in the near future we're gonna he'll be live streaming again, and I think it's gonna be from a hospital bed. I think he's gonna say, "Oh well, I had to close Conos down because I'm having some health issues," and next thing you know, there'll be a GoFundMe. Hog never misses an e-begging opportunity, so yeah, all the Robert Settles, the Hungarian polar bears, and Stacy Dixons, but they'll be donating. What's up with Stacy Dixon? Did he take his channel down for the fourth time, or does he have a new channel name? I can't find him.
Well, Sal, he had no choice. His channel's still there, but it's got no content on it because his employers told him in no uncertain terms, if you continue to do this, you're out of work. So he's out of work, he's got no home. And the thing is, in Arkansas at the moment, all government aid to farmers has been cut. There's no more government aid to farmers. Now, over the last several years, his employers were paid out more than $4.5 million in federal aid for their farm. Well, that's stopped. Now, I contacted his employers and spoke to the wife of the farmer on several occasions and told her in no uncertain terms, if he continues to do what he's doing, I will reciprocate. Now, under Arkansas law or American law, an employer is responsible for the actions of their employer while they're employed in their job. Stacy Dixon was live streaming videos from a tractor while working for them, plowing their fields, running me into the ground, slandering and defaming me. So I told them in no uncertain terms that I've been in contact with law enforcement officials in America, and you are liable for what he's done. And I will sue you for everything you own. And I will win because it's all there on video. We downloaded everything. So as his employer,
You want to be on the long street?
from the accommodation that they provide him, from the land that he works on, from the vehicle. Now, you can look this up under American law. When an employee is in a company vehicle, on company land, on company time, being paid wages or salary, the employer is responsible for their actions. And his actions were defamatory, slander, and bullshit. And I said, he has created a number of Facebook identities and pages using my dead military officer parents in parodies of utter filth. I said, so now learning this, what is to stop me? Because I've got all your details off your Facebook page. You have a young daughter. Why don't I do what Stacy Dixon has done and make up a fake Facebook page and post it all over American social media saying that your daughter is a prostitute working out of Little Rock, Arkansas, giving away blowjobs for $20 a shot? How would you like that? Because that is what your employee is doing with my mother, who was dishonorably discharged from the Royal New Zealand Air Force after 30 years of honourable service. But this prick, that's what he gets his jollies off doing. How would the school that your husband volunteers at, how would they feel if they know and see the excerpts that I can send them from a video from an entity called Wild Bill about pedophilia, Nazism, the filthiest, dirtiest, disgusting content, that this is what your employee represents and is happy to be a part of, and I've notified you of that, and you've done nothing about it. I'm sure the school will want to continue having your husband teaching their children or being around their children, knowing that he is happy to have a person who indulges in pedophilia and child porn around them. Hey, Tony, that's why I put it up on the screen. Hang on a sec, Tony. So Sal, listen, they shut him down real quick. The last thing they want is a social media campaign from a bloke like me to ruin their fucking lives. Because I told them in no uncertain terms, I will contact everybody in their list and I will show them that you are happy to have this prick, and I will send them all sorts of links to the filth that this bloke is into and that he supports, and the criminal cunts that he supports, like Gary Martin in Massachusetts, to the scumbag of Boss Hog. I'll say, they're all going to want to know that this is your employee who you support and that you will not sanction, and you're quite happy to have around. Well, do you want to take your kids anywhere near this guy who's posted pictures on YouTube that YouTube deemed as pornographic? And that's true, because we copied the pictures off his Facebook and we put them on YouTube, and YouTube threatened to shut my channel down for child porn. These are Stacey Dixon's holiday pictures of him in a hotel room with young Filipino children in skimpy little panties. So I said to Mrs. Chappell, if you want me to send all this information to every contact in your contact list, please just ignore me. Don't say a word. Don't do nothing. But I will make your life a fucking misery the way this clown has done to me. And now,
yeah, a guy like Stacey Dixon, the only thing he understands is force and violence. So he first of all, Stacey, hello, how you doing? We know you're watching. How you doing, Stacey? Happy New Year. You ran into a pit bull, Stacey. So it's good that you tucked your tail between your legs and shut your channel down like a good little boy. Because you know what, Mr. Mead, you're a better man than me. You're more honorable than me. I'd go after him anyway. I wouldn't have given him that ultimatum to shut his channel down in 24 hours. I would have said, that's it. Like, the gloves are coming off. This is what's happening. Your employers, your neighbors, your family, your friends, we're going after you. And it ain't going to stop until, whatever, give me 60,000 US dollars, which would essentially be like 3 years' salary for Stacey Dixon. So you're a better man than me. I would have gone after him hard. What he did to you and your family, like, that's unforgivable. Like, that's essentially a blood libel. There's too much water under the bridge at that point. I would not let that slide. So I actually, kudos to you. You actually have mercy and compassion. So I would have gone after him.
Vindictive bloke. Once he closed his mouth and shut up and stayed off the internet, I'm happy. That's fine. Now, if he wants to start up another channel and do something about farming in Arkansas and all, not a problem. I will probably be a subscriber to him. I'll learn something about Arkansas. Not a problem. But once he started attacking my family, and they have had nothing to do with my channel, nothing. How in hell can he start putting up pictures of my mother and calling her Dirty Betty and making up fake Facebook pages and crowing? Now, Gary Martin in Massachusetts doctored a picture of my mother and put it up with her cuddling him, saying, look at my latest bitch, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's disgusting. If I ever met Gary Martin in person, I would smash his fucking black face clean in.
Is the black fella still doing shows? I haven't seen him.
No, because we found out that he is working at the Veterans Affairs Depot in this place in Massachusetts. We got all the details. We found out who his boss is. He doesn't work for Veterans Affairs. He works for a cleaning company that contracts to veterans. He makes out that he works for the VA. He doesn't. He works for some numpty cleaning company that clean that building, right?
Well, he's just emptying trash cans, cleaning urinals.
He's a janitor. He's a contracted janitor that works in a government building. So I said to him, hey, listen, shut the fuck up and piss off, or I'll contact the guy. I've got the guy, and I showed him. I gave him a picture of him. I showed him his business card, everything. And I said, If you don't shut the fuck up and go away, I'm going to put him onto your channel. I'm going to show him what kind of cunt you are and how bad you are bringing to light the VA. Now, he also started going on telling everybody about what was happening inside that VA, mentioning specific cases, which I'm sure are hugely confidential. That alone would get him fucking fired, if not sued by the people he was talking about. So no wonder he shut his big fucking mouth.
I'm actually surprised he even has a job, even a lowly entry level unskilled labor job like a janitor cleaning bathrooms and toilets and stuff. I always figured him to just be a welfare recipient like Boss Hogg was, like just scumming off the government, getting food stamps and everything. But I'm actually I'm proud of you, Gary. I'm proud that you actually have a job. You're not just a scum sucking welfare recipient like the rest of your family, like Boss Hogg and Boss Hogg's family was. So, and once again, dude, you're a better man than me. I would have gone after Gary Martin hard for what he did. I mean, no, take no prisoners. I would have gone after his ass.
Yeah, the other thing I hit him with was we got in contact. A gentleman contacted me and gave me a lot of information about Boss Hogg and all these other people. And he gave me the rundown on Gary Martin's family, specifically his brother, which I got a shock. His name is Rico. And he sent me his entire criminal history. So also his daughter, who is just as bad as he is. They've got the criminal history of the Martin family is beyond a joke. So I said, I tell you what, you keep spewing your bullshit and your lies and your crap, and I'll get in contact with your brother Rico, and I will spread his details all over the internet and tell everybody all about him. I don't think he'll be impressed. And so within 5 minutes of me threatening to expose his brother's lifestyle and past and criminal record, which is all public record, I can do it. It's not breaking confidence or anything. It's all a matter of public record. And I said, I'll be letting your brother know that because of you, he's famous on YouTube as the criminal he is, as well as your daughter. And since then, nothing, not a word. I don't think he wants his brother, who is a really, really bad person. I think his brother would go around there and stick a knife in his ass.
Hello.
Anyway, listen, we've got it. Sal, if I can just quickly. Tony, g'day, mate. Sorry to keep you in the background here, but, we're just having a long-going chat there.
Yeah.
Where are you and how's things?
I'm in Iloilo City at a local, one of those central markets where it's, the average Joe, not the shiny malls and with the people all dressed up nice and beautiful. I love coming down to the old men's club. It's a nice cafe, and I'm just looking around where all the fruit's selling. I've got a couple of weeks left, meaning,
Yep. You have to email me and tell me what phone system you're using. That's what I want to use when I'm over there. Your internet is good. Globe. Your audio is good. Yeah. The video is great quality. So you tell me what the fuck. Globe, I think before you said you're using Smart or Globe. What are you using? Smart or...
No, Globe, mate. I ditched Smart a couple of years ago because I could go certain places and no reception. It doesn't guarantee Globe also, but Globe is a stronger signal and it's more reliable. But having said that, no network is 100% because this is the Philippine infrastructure is, not top notch like Malaysia, where I was for a couple of days actually. But clean as everything works.
Oh, where did Cell go?
This is, Globe. Globe is the best. Yeah,
Cell, what internet are you using? Yeah. No, I'm really glad that you came in because you're very clear. It's really good condition. It's not breaking up, so that's what I want when I'm over there. I would have normally gone Smart, but now I will definitely go Globe. What sort of plan are you on? See, these are the things that everybody out there watching these channels, that's what they want to know, Tony. Now, you're there now, you're on the ground. This is the sort of information that all the viewers want to know.
Yeah. G'day, Johnny Siam and
So,
Michael and all.
like, are you on a
everyone.
globe 1,000 peso
Yeah.
a week plan or what?
No,
What have you actually
no,
paid
no,
for?
I'm on-
What is your globe plan?
Yeah, I'm on that Go Plus 99. In other words, 100 pesos, and you get 7 days data. I think it's 8 gigabytes, which is for internet. You know, so I could do a live stream and YouTube. So it's only 100 pesos, 7 days. But you can, if you use a lot, you might run out in 5 days. But still, 100 pesos for 5 days it's a bargain.
Fucking
Yeah.
nothing. What is that? $2.50. Big deal.
Yeah, but it's a 7 days expiry date. So 100 pesos, if you don't use much, it goes 7 days. 100 pesos. You might have to pay 102 because if you get it from a vendor or, you know, someone in the site, they want, you know, like 3 pesos cut or commission. Yeah, interesting to hear Brevis. Listen, I was listening to Brevis when he said, "Oh, Needy, you're a gentleman. If it was me, I would have gone home." And he said, "I would have made him pay 60,000." I tell you what, I'd rather pay 60,000 than have Meaty, the pit bull, after me or in my head for 3 years. I tell you, I said it. Listen, like I said, Meaty, I don't agree with a lot of your methods, but I warn the people, man, just drop it all because Meaty won't let go. They underestimated you, and I'm still surprised why they didn't. And you go to the end, man. And even though I did tell you, listen, Meaty, forget about this stuff, these feuds. But you know what? You're the last man standing. You're the last man. So you proved me wrong.
Yeah. Where's
I
the
have to
rest of them?
apologise to you. I apologise to you.
I told everybody early on in the piece, I will get the last laugh. And I've done exactly that. Now, by printing out the actual Filipino rules and regulations and laws pertaining to the situation that I'm involved in at the moment, they're all on my side. Everybody that's ignored them is now liable for prosecution, and I'm not going to muck around anymore. I've been doing this for 4 years. They have been pissing in my pocket for 4 years. I've had enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going direct to the governor of Cebu. So all the mongs out there, contact the governor of Cebu and tell him I'm coming and tell him why. Go ahead. I can't say thank you enough because that's going to put my bloody face on the plate. That is going to just back up everything I'm saying. So mongs out there, I am not only contact me at Swan at Cordova. Tell him what's going on. Tell him how pissed off I am. Tell him what I'm going to do to his chief engineer. Tell him how embarrassing it's going to make his municipal hall look. They have dragged their feet for 4 years, talked utter shit, done nothing. They are in breach of every fucking public service rule under the sun, and I'm going to make sure they pay for it. So his mayoralty is now looking pretty bloody sad. But the barangay captain that in our Bariam Palipog, I'm going to ask the governor of Cebu to fire her outright. Fire her outright. She has an illegal structure in her barangay with no permits, totally illegal. It's a shop selling food, and they've got no permit. Now, what about the health regulations, the fire regulations? Nothing. They've got nothing. They're not paying any tax. Fuck them. I am not going to give up on this. I am going to take them to the cleaners, and I'm going to screw their fucking ass.
Hey, Meaty, listen. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Meaty. Yeah, listen, mate. I mean, I don't know. You've got your methods, but is it worth coming here? I mean, this is not a first world country where people follow laws, you know, as best as and people are fair. This could be a dangerous place if you start stirring the pot down here. So you don't want to. I mean, do you want to make trouble?
These people. Oh yeah, but hey, Tony, what you don't realise is I can do the same thing. I was actually talking to a person in Cordova today, and they said, "Well, what happens if nothing comes up?" I said, "Well, then I'll do it the Filipino way." And they go, "Oh, Jeff, you can't do that." I said, "Why not? You do it. It's your way. It's what all the Filipinos tell me. This is how you live. This is your culture. Why can't I do it the Filipino way? What is restricting me from doing it the Filipino way? What, just because I come from Australia? No, fuck you. If you can do it the
Yeah, but
Filipino way, so can fucking I.
okay. Yeah, but you got more
Tony,
balls than I thought. Yeah, you know, but yeah.
Tony,
See,
I
I look at
saw.
this. Yeah, sorry.
No, listen. I saw a T-shirt recently that says,
Yeah,
"Don't piss off old people. The threat of life in prison doesn't mean much."
yeah, true. Yeah, that.
I
Tell you
don't give
what,
a
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. When you pass 60, who gives a fuck if you got to finish off life? You probably
I've had
better
enough with
medical.
these fools.
Yeah, yeah,
Here's the thing: they think they can fuck
yeah,
with me. No,
yeah.
I'm beyond being fucked with. I'm beyond being fucked with. I'll just hire somebody to fucking show them that was a mistake. That's how they do it in the
Yeah,
Philippines. That's how I'll fucking do it. I don't care
but
anymore. I don't
yeah,
care anymore. And if they don't fucking realize that, follow the rules, obey the
yeah,
law, and do your fucking
yeah,
job. Otherwise, I'm going
yeah.
to fucking deal to you.
But on the other hand, Meaty, this is what might happen to you when you get it. I mean, as you psychologically to yourself. I had a few years ago, you know, something I had with a brother-in-law. So as I was in Australia, I was getting me bags, and I was huffing and puffing. I said, all right, I'll teach him a lesson. But once you step off, you do your 7 hours flight, you step off, you get into your hotel room. Something weird happens psychologically. You all of a sudden think, you know what, I want to come here and have a holiday and enjoy myself. Who gives a fuck this beef I've got? And you know what? I quickly dropped it and I never fucking picked it up again. Because I said, mate, I want to come here and enjoy myself. I don't want to come here kicking cans around and stirring, you know, family hornet's nest and all this. So that might happen to you when you get here. I'd say, you know what? Is it worth it me with this mayor and with this corruption? You'll probably just say, throw it in the bin and forget about it. Have a good time, have a couple of good beers, meet up with grievers, have a good dinner. And you know what? I bet that's what will happen. You're going to say it's not worth it. Anyway, over to you, Meaty. What do you reckon? Am I right?
Well, from where I stand now, I have a friend in he lives in a mountain barangay of Cebu, and he owns a
Yeah.
dump truck, and it can take
Yeah.
40 ton. So I think what I might do is get 40 ton of Riverstones, gravel, dirt, and just building shit and dump it right over the driveway of Cordoba Municipal Hall and see how they like it. See how they like being blocked from their driveway.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Meaty, I'll hop off. Just wanted to say hello to Johnny and Michael from Kent and Brevis. How's the baby,
that's great,
Brevis?
mate.
Hope everything's well. And
Glad to see you having a good time.
Yeah,
Good
listen,
to see you.
Meaty.
Thanks for dropping in.
Hey, Meaty, let me just say, you still there? You still there?
Yeah.
Listen, you know, in about I said to you if you wanted to meet me, Brisbane. I reckon, mate, cancel that because I'll let you do your own thing, and I'll probably go somewhere for a sleep because I've worked out me. All right, so I'll give you the heads up. One day we'll catch each other in the Philippines, maybe next year or year after. How's that sound? So I just wanted to tell you.
Whatever, Tony. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to come up.
No,
I'm more than happy to come up to
do it.
Brisbane when you get back.
No,
More than happy.
I know you are. You're a gentleman. I just wanted to be clear with you, so we don't have you coming on and I'm not there. So let's just say we'll catch up with a beer one day in the Philippines. We'll make sure it happens, and we'll communicate through email so no one knows our dates. Yeah,
I'd love to do that,
we'll leave it like that. God bless you, Meaty, and see you. Bye-bye, boys.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, direct from Iloilo City in the Philippines. And isn't that great reception? Hasn't he? Now, he's out there live just using his telephone, and that's on Globe, ladies and gentlemen. So anybody planning to go to the Philippines, you've seen his broadcast there. You've seen his transmission. Great, clear video, crisp, clear, clean audio. So if you go to the Philippines and you want to do a live stream or a video back home, even WhatsApp, then you can see there's the proof from Tony Buick himself that Globe is a very reliable and good service. Hey, shit, those bastards now owe me a bloody referral fee. So after watching that, Michael, I'm going to buy Globe. Michael, what do you use when you're in the Philippines?
I use Globe as well.
Well, there you go. There you go, folks. Can't go past two good blokes. Michael from England, the Garden of Kent, and Tony from down there in Adelaide, both using Globe. And as we see, several times that Tony's come in over many live streams, it's been really great. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to get back to this. I want you to understand that if you are a foreigner who thinks that you're going to get any kind of justice, if you think you're going to get any kind of good treatment in Court of Cebu, I can tell you right here, right now, forget it. It's not happening. I can tell you right here, right now, that the officials of Court of Cebu think you're a prick. They will not lift a finger to help you if you get into any kind of trouble. If you get robbed, if you get assaulted, which is what happened to me one time, they didn't want to know. Fuck off. They're not interested. They are lazy, useless bastards. Do not go to Court of Cebu. Do not. Do not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring this up again. I know a person in Court of Cebu who owns illegal firearms. Everybody knows someone who does. This is not a crime. I don't own illegal firearms in Court of Cebu. And I know a person who came to me one night and said, Jeff, I need ammunition for my gun. And I said, okay. I knew that the gun that he had was unlicensed and unregistered. I didn't care because everybody's got one. This is rife. This is common. This is so natural in Cebu, it's not funny. Okay, there you go again. Dr. Felipe Pinel, been here 8 years using Globe on phone. Well, thank you, Dr. Felipe. Appreciate that. Johnny Siam uses Globe. Smart, not great. Well, I'm finding that out. Foreigners don't get anything judged on anything in our favour anywhere here. Thank you, Dr. Felipe or Philippe. Yeah, that's my message exactly. You get nothing. Anyway, this guy came to me and said, I need ammunition for my gun. Now, I've told this story before. Anybody who's been with the channel for a while, and I know there's a lot of you, you'll remember this story. So we jump on a tricycle, and he takes me into Cordova proper. And we stop outside the Cordova police station. I shit you not, this is not telling a lie. I am telling you the truth, and I will go under a heart monitor machine. What do they call them? Lie detector. This is the truth. We walked into Cordova Police, and I'm going, what the fuck are we doing here? This is my mate. Okay. I'm completely lost. I thought we were going to buy illegal ammunition from somebody. Because he didn't have any kind of license or whatever, permits or whatever. So I thought, well, where are we getting this ammunition? Anyway, he goes into the police station. There's no secrecy. There's no hushed voice. There's no. He goes, where's so-and-so soldier, whatever, officer, so ever. And anyway, this guy comes downstairs. So my mate says to him, look, I need bullets. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay, wait. So he disappears upstairs again. Now, all this was open in front of everybody. Everybody heard what was going on. The big deal. Nobody gave a shit. So he goes upstairs. He comes back down, and he's got the, you know how you get 20 bullets in a box? The box, and it's got 2 rows side by side. So there's 10 bullets side by side, 20 bullets in a pack. And so this guy says, well, here's your 500 pesos. And the guy goes, no. I've told you this story before. Do you remember it? And the guy goes, who's the white man? Oh, that's so-and-so, such and such. He goes, okay, well, it's 1,000 pesos. White man's rich. He can afford it. Are you cluing into this? I am not shitting you. This happened. Selling government-issued police bullets to an unlicensed, unregistered, illegal firearms owner, not 500 pesos, which was the going rate, but 1,000 pesos because he had a rich white man in tow. And that is the absolute bloody truth, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say, I will take a lie detector test in any court, anywhere, to show you that that's the truth. That's what goes on in Cordova, Cebu, Mactan Island Police Station. Corrupt police selling bullets to criminals with illegal, unregistered firearms. And if they don't like me saying it, well, tough luck. Like I say, I will take a lie detector test. I'm not smart enough to beat one of them. And if they don't like it, well, tough luck. We all know they're corrupt. Everybody knows they're corrupt. They just don't like hearing it. And they don't like it when it's being publicly discussed. Well, tough luck. They didn't want to help me when they had the opportunity. 4 years I put up with their lackadaisical bullshit. Well, I'm not putting up with it any longer. I am going to make sure that the complete inefficiency of these public officials is made known to the highest officials in the Philippines. And if they don't like it, well, that's their problem. They've had 4 years to fix a very simple problem. Just get rid of that place in front of my residential lot so I can drive my car in off the street. But no, they haven't done it. Well, they're now going to suffer the consequences. And if they don't like it, fuck them. Fuck them. Pure, simple, black and white, tough luck. And if anybody out there can call me a bastard or lay some sort of guilt trip on me for standing up for my rights to be able to drive my own car into my own driveway without having some squatter with absolutely no rights build an illegal building over my driveway, well, fuck you too. You're an idiot. Yeah, white man, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, white man's tax. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, having this colour skin in Southeast Asia, we all suffer it. We all suffer it. But the Philippines, it's come back to bite them in the ass. There are 20 million less tourists going to the Philippines this year. 20 million. Those are Philippines government statistics. 20 million people have decided that Thailand and Vietnam is way better. Philippine business just rips you off. They have absolutely, utterly and totally no concept of repeat business. Steal from that bloke as much money as you can bleed out of him the minute he walks through your door. We don't care if he comes back or not. We don't even think that he comes back. Just get whatever you can out of his pocket right here and now. And that is what is killing tourism in the Philippines. But I will open a dedicated channel and I will put up video after video and I will ask everybody to share it, not to go to Cordova, Cebu, not to spend a cent there, because it doesn't matter what you do there. It doesn't matter how nice you are there. It doesn't matter who you treat well there. If you get into a problema in Cordova, Cebu, they will shit on you. They will give you nothing. And if you invest in Cordova, Cebu, like I have done with my Osawa, it's even worse. You are nothing. You are shit. You are total crap to them, which is exactly what's happened to me. And I'm not prepared to put up with it anymore. I will make a YouTube social media campaign from here in Australia to show everybody that Cordova, Cebu is a tourist and investor's nightmare. Let them see how smart they are after that. Everybody out there that's watching, please share this video with any official you can send it to in the Philippines. I don't care where they are, whether they're in Manila, whether they're in Leyte, whether they're in Negros Occidental. Share this video to everybody out there in the Philippines so they know what's coming, because I don't give a shit anymore. They don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit that I've done everything right by their laws, everything right by their regulations. I've paid all their fees. I've paid all their taxes. I've paid all their dues. I've done everything 100% right, and they have shit on me, and treated me like a dog. Well, fuck you. And if anybody out there doesn't agree with that, then fuck you too. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much to Michael for helping me out, looking after the chat, because I haven't bothered. I want to say thank you to Sal for coming in, and for Tony. And ladies and gentlemen, you've seen for yourself, we've had 3 people, Michael Young, Tony Buick, and the gentleman up here, Dr. Felipe Pinel, extort the benefits of Globe over all other telephone carriers. So remember that. These are people that are there. These are people that have done it. These are people that have used it. So listen to what they say. I will definitely be taking Globe when I'm over there later this year, because I trust these people. They're smart operators. And we have seen from Tony Buick on a number of occasions when he's come into the live streams just how good Globe is to connect back here. So I will be taking Globe, and you'd be a fool not to yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I feel really fucking sorry for these numpty fucking assholes in Cordova Cebu who have had 4 years to do something very simple within the law and obey the job that they were hired to or elected to do, but have done nothing. I don't feel a fucking problem for bringing them to task. They're paid to do the job. They're elected to do the job. They're completely, utterly, and totally falling down on the job. Fuck them. And I am going to make sure that the highest authorities know of their negligence, of their malfeasance, and of their useless fucking inability to carry out the function that they've been ordered to do. So thank you very much. Oh, hang on. We got hang on, we can't go anywhere yet. Just as we were about to switch off. Looky. Hello, Mr. Siam.
G'day, Jeff. How you doing?
Well, as you can see, Johnny, I'm doing pretty angry.
Well, the whole part about it, you've been chasing that tail for 5 years.
Yep.
Like I say, can of petrol, box of matches, over and done with.
Yep. But what I haven't done, Johnny, is actually look up the law. All I've done is go to the local idiot. What's that? What's going on here? Where are you?
That's my father-in-law.
Oh, right. Okay. So now, how do you say hello in Thai?
Sawadee Cup.
Yeah, all right. Say that again.
Sawadee Cup. Or Cup.
Sawadee Cup.
Normally you'd say Sawadee Cup, which is the male part of, female would say car.
Okay.
And that would be followed by Sabadi Makeup. Sabadi Makeup, which is how are you?
Right. Okay. Hang on. We got it here. Sawadee Cup. Yeah. And what is Papa's first name? What do you call him? Do you call him Papa or do you call him by his first name?
No, I always call him Dad.
Okay, so now Thailand's a little bit different when it comes to personal relationships. I know they're very sensitive. Is it polite to call your father-in-law by his name, or do you call him father, like you say?
Well, like I say, his actual real name is Pruitt. Pruitt.
Yeah.
I've always called him Dad, and he likes that.
Yeah.
Because he is my father-in-law.
Yeah.
And the same as my mother-in-law, always call her mum.
That's a pretty nice house you're in there. You've
This is the end of our trip. We always spend time with the mother-in-law up
Yeah.
country, and because this is not far away from the airport, so we always spend a bit of time with the father-in-law.
Yep.
This is shit. Let's unplug this lead. Then this is not my ideal living, but this is a kind of a villagey thing. The first, 15 years ago when I come out here, I thought, what the fucking hell?
Well, hang on, compared to the Philippines, that's a hell of a lot better standard of living.
Well, this is, like I say, this is older villagey type thing. It's the terracey, housey type thing.
Yep.
But the first time I come out here, because this is right at the back of the property, there was rice fields out the front, and I thought, who the fuck would want to live out here? If I'd have been smart back then and bought a heap of land, I would have made fucking squillions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you see, the only problem is you can't own land there. You'd have to have put it in, I
don't know if you've been following my channel, Jeff. I did put up a little short, and it's called Our Slice of Thailand. Actually, I just bought land.
In your own
Exactly
name?
right. No. I can't own it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just
hang
said.
on, if you let me finish.
Yeah.
It's in my wife's name, but there's a legal thingo which gives me full use, full control of that land to the day I die.
Same in the Philippines with us. Like our lot, the one that I'm talking about in Waterville, on the actual title document, which is titled to us. I mean, we own it outright. But the major stakeholder is obviously my wife, Sarah.
Well, I've shown you that one I've got in the Philippines, which says, me and her, and it's on the title.
Yeah, I'm named on the title also. It actually says Eleanor Sorono Baggio Mead, which is her full name. Isawa of Jeffrey David Mead of Australia. I'm actually named on it.
Yeah.
Now, so we took that title. Yeah, we took that title to the Registry of Deeds, and I said, "What does this mean?" And they said, "Mr. Mead, that gives you 40% legal equity in that lot. No matter what happens, you have 40% equity in that lot. If you and your wife split up, 40% of that lot is your availability." I go, "Okay, great, thanks."
Well, Thailand, if you split up, it's 50%, 50-50.
No, that's pretty good, yeah.
There's a lot of people, the experts. There's always experts in every country because they know everything. The thing is that the lot of land that I've got my title and that my name in the Philippines, that can't be bought, sold, that can't be changed over unless I sign off on it.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Here, nothing can happen unless I sign off on it.
I'm just thinking to myself, Johnny, I'm on another tack. I'm just thinking to myself, hey, Johnny, how does it feel to be completely bald when I've got this little tail here?
Jeff, the whole part about it, I had my hair cut this short because it's hot.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being I'm 67 years of age. I should know better, but I'm just having a land here, mate.
Well, the whole part about it, Jeff, I got sick of my fringe blowing in my eyes with the wind and all that, so I just got it all cut.
Well, the same here. The other day, I don't know if you noticed, but last time I saw you,
Jeff, without being nasty, I don't have to relive my childhood of when I was 13 or 14 years old.
But see, here's the thing, Johnny. I never had much of a childhood, but it's been a fucking long one, and I'm having a ball. Yeah,
as far as childhood, when I grew up, Jeff, it wasn't a case of growing up in the childhood. You're kicked in the ass and told to get up.
Well, that's exactly right. But do you notice what's missing?
Yeah. 'Cause I was starting to think that you were going through a bit of a identity crisis, and
Well,
you
I
had
do
a
need it, and just
and
for the hell.
well with that other bit, let's say I thought you were trying to imitate female genitalia.
Are you saying I look like a cunt?
yeah. Now that you've had a shave, not quite as much of a cunt.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand Aussie humour, then I feel sorry for you, because this is classic Aussie humour. And Johnny's a past master at it, and I love it.
So
listen,
anyhow,
how long are you staying over there, mate? Quite a while, I hear.
yeah. Well, no, we'll be back. We'll be back in Australia on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
This is the end. Getting to the end of our trip. We're here to celebrate the Chinese New Year thing.
Okay.
Around the village thing here, there was a bit of fireworks going off last night. Quite good fireworks too, by the way.
Wow.
But there will be the street parade with the dragons and all that, tonight.
Yeah. Now, you'll be coming in, I assume, through Melbourne, yeah?
Yeah, of course, that's where the closest airport to where I live. Yeah.
Yeah, Tullamarine, isn't it?
Yeah, and the funniest part about it, I'll put up a couple of little shorts. And the interesting thing, people,
I did watch them. Yeah.
Anyhow, you go to the channel and have a look. The whole part about it is, I showed a bit of road infrastructure and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody said, third world country. So, all right, the Philippines is a second world country.
Yeah,
This compared to Australia, New Zealand, three parts of America, and all the rest of it, where the God's children are, or so they think they are. They've got no fucking idea. And the infrastructure here is 100 miles in front of anything we've got in Australia, anything in Britain, anything in the fucking US.
Okay, now listen, Johnny, as you know, a lot of people who watch channels about the Philippines or Thailand are blokes sitting back in their lounge rooms at home and are really eager to get instant knowledge and up-to-date awareness of what's going on. So can I ask you a few things about your trip right now in Thailand? Can I ask you, so that the viewers out there know what's happening right now? Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Ask me anything you want.
Okay, for the Australian viewers, what is the Australian dollar converting to baht? How many baht are you getting for the dollar?
Well, it does fluctuate a bit, but if you count on 20, you won't be cut short.
Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. As you hear it, Johnny is in Thailand right now, and he's getting, on the average, 20 baht to the dollar. That's Australia. Now, you can work that out off American. So there you go. Now, Johnny, also, while you're traveling around, is there any new, since you arrived there, because this is happening to different Southeast Asian countries, when you went there and when you're coming home, are there any changes to your visa conditions, your exit permits, entry permits? Do you need any special documentation or whatever?
The only thing you have to do is you do your, because years ago they used to give them out on the aeroplane. It was called a TM6.
Okay.
Which is your declaration card. Now, what you do before you come to Thailand, you do a digital arrival card, which puts in your flight details, when you're arriving, when you're going home, all of that kind of stuff. I've got no stamps in my passport because it's all digital visa.
Yes.
And I can enter, and it's as a tourist, and it's 60 days.
Okay. So as an Australian citizen entering Thailand, you get 60 days, because a lot of countries it's only 30. So that's a very valuable piece of information for the guys out there to know. That's amazing.
Mind you, with me, I did have like hard copy stuff, as far as the plane tickets, proof of funds, all of those kind of things. Now, if you get off the aeroplane and you got a singlet on and a pair of footy shorts and look like a real drongo dropkick, they might turn you around unless you've got proof of funds.
Yep.
I always dress appropriately.
Yep.
I'm always within the Thai language, polite.
Yep.
I've got a very limited, vocabulary, but they scan your fingerprints. You look at the camera. No, baby, I'm okay, thank you. Only thing I really need is beer.
When you're talking about that, Johnny, what I've done, like I've travelled over to the Philippines on several occasions, and I've relied on my ordinary ANZ and Commonwealth Bank credit cards and ATM cards, but I'm not doing that this time. This time, I have got the Commonwealth Bank travel card, okay, loaded with Australian dollars. So I can go to any ATM, but there's no ATM fee. It's completely free. I can go to any ATM 10 times a day, not one fee to withdraw.
Yeah,
you use your normal Visa card,
while you're on that, Jeff, while you're on that, I believe cash is king. I always travel with a certain amount of cash.
I'm only telling you the first part. I haven't finished yet.
Yeah. The thing about it is different countries, and people say, oh, we like Wise, we like this, keep away from Western Unions and shit like that. Yep. But what I actually do, there is a company that sends money from Australia to Thailand at good rates at zero cost, which goes to my Thai bank account.
There's heaps of them. What's the name of this company that you're using?
I don't remember.
Who?
It's on the computer at home, but with the whole thing of it, as a normal tourist, you can't have a bank account as whatever, but those kind of cards that you preload and all that are a very good idea, because
there's no fees.
You're right, there's no fees, and if you get your normal card, walk up to a ATM from home, your normal card, it's probably going to cost you $25 to get out some money.
Exactly,
that's a total rip-off.
Yeah,
it is. Don't forget, I've been travelling over to Southeast Asia for 25 bloody years.
Yep, same as me.
And I'm doing it. I'm doing it on a regular. The only time I didn't come over here was obviously the disease we had to have. But
you have been over to Thailand a hell of a lot more times than I've been to Cebu. I've only been to Cebu once since the pandemic. You've been over there at least a half a dozen times.
Well, it was 2000 when I first went to the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I used to travel over to the Philippines 2 to 3 times a year.
Yep.
Now Thailand. I travel over. Yep. Go ahead.
I'm now actually. I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny. After all this bullshit in the Philippines, and after this trip, I'm going to dump it like the fucking piece of shit it is, and I'm going to start going to Thailand. I am going to, ladies and gentlemen out there, I am dumping the Philippines. It is a shithole that rips you off, treats you like crap, gives you nothing, and spits you out backwards and tells you to fuck off. These are third world arseholes who haven't got hot and cold running water. They haven't got a flushing toilet, and they think they're better than you. Well, fuck them.
Well, you and I have crossed swords on this a few times, where you were talking up the Philippines, and I said, yes, the Philippines has got some wonderful geographical type places, The Philippines is not too bad. The Philippines is not cheap. It is expensive compared to Thailand.
Yeah. Look, I was watching some things the other night, Johnny, and out of all the Southeast Asian destinations, the Philippines is the most expensive for the least quality.
Look,
You pay the most and get the least.
well, the whole part about it. Oh, well, you can have a look at it. I'm not that I'm promoting my channel on your thing, but I did a.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Siam's channel. Just punch in Johnny Siam in YouTube, and you can go to his channel anytime. I'll put up a link to it. I'm more than happy to promote your channel, Johnny. You know that.
But I'm not self-promoting, Jeff. What I'm saying is that little short I did of Bangkok Bright Lights or Bright Lights of Bangkok or something like that was from the rooftop pool of a hotel we were staying in. Australian dollars, $30 a night.
Yeah, amazing.
And you see people in the Philippines say, "Oh, this is not too bad. It's only $50," and you go, "It's a fucking dog kennel."
Yeah.
Another tip for people: do not book hotels where they say, "Oh, if you want breakfast, it's going to cost you extra." That's fine. But if you're staying for 5 nights, I will guarantee you will not be having 5 breakfasts because you'll go out in the piss or whatever, or you'll wake up late. So you're paying for something that you're not, you're better off paying for breakfast when you want it.
Yeah, well, just shut up for 2 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, up there on the screen, highlighted is Johnny Siam's channel. You're a mug if you don't go and have a look. Johnny is a very, very smart guy who knows Southeast Asia really well. He's very intelligent. He's up to date and has a lot of probing, interesting information about Southeast Asia. So there's his channel. Go and take a look. I've got absolutely no problem whatsoever in promoting Johnny Siam and his channel. So there you go.
Well,
There you go.
I did a let's see if it worked, because a few things hadn't been worked, and YouTube play their fucking games all the time. But I did a little StreamYard stream last night, which was just kind of fuck it, why not, to see if it worked. And no guests on the panel, none of that. I didn't do any of that. I just sat down and had a talk, and real life going on around me to show what real life's really about.
Yeah.
We touched upon quite a few subjects. I don't shy away from any subject really, but at the hotel, I was out in a little smoking area. A young British fellow, and he was actually a good one because he slid down on the stool on the bench, Yeah. And I said, "Oh, thank you," and we just struck up a conversation. He said, "What kind of advice?" I said, "You want some advice from an old bloke?" And that's what you're asking me, mate. And he said, "Yeah." I said, "The one thing about it is think with a big head, not the little head. Number 2 is if you get in a situation where you're getting kind of ripped off a little bit, just pay it, smile, walk away. Because if it does escalate, it's going to cost you triple." I said that just the basic things of if you want to get shit-faced drunk, go to the 7-Eleven, buy your beer or your whatever you want to drink, put it in the fridge before you go out, get about half pissed, then come home and you've got the rest of it to finish yourself off, Don't walk around. Although Thailand is a very safe country, very safe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I used to have in the Philippines, I used to have what I called my throwaway wallet. It only ever had 100 pesos in it.
I've actually done that myself for this upcoming trip. I've actually got one myself and gone out. And
the only thing I have it, on my body elsewhere, I have plenty of funds, but the whole thing about it, that wallet, all right, it's got a photocopy of my passport, which is legally you're supposed to carry a copy of your passport.
Yep. Okay.
And
Yeah, right. That's all.
small amount of funds.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that it's acceptable to carry a copy of your first page of your passport,
Yep.
but you must be able to either have somebody or get hold of your passport to for actual full proof if you get in a situation,
Yep.
But if you're half smart, but people do get into these situations, and it's not uncommon because in any country you've got to kind of respect the culture to a certain extent. You've got to be a little bit streetwise, and you remembering you're always a visitor.
Yep. I'm just showing you around, ladies and gentlemen. There's been some changes in the house. Sorry, Johnny. I'm just
Yeah, did they finish? Have you finished the project yet?
I'm going to take you up there and show you now.
Okay.
Going to come out, but I want to show you. We've got our lounge room back. So I'm going to bring you into the lounge room. Finally got our lounge room back, but I don't know how to. This laptop. Oh shit! So there's coming into the lounge room now. You can see the log burner.
Yeah, Canara heater.
Yeah, you can see we're coming in. That's a 65-inch TV. That's what the CCTV is hooked up to. These are all our. Hang on a sec, because I've got speakers plugged in. I don't know. Can you see the coffee tables in the middle there?
Yeah, the ones that you rescued off somebody's barbecue fire.
Those are my fractal burn coffee tables that I'm very proud of. There's 4 bar stools that I've fractal burnt. There's the leather lounge. That's a $5,000 leather lounge that we never sit on because we never use this room. And that's Ellie's massage chair. She loves that massage chair. And I'm going to start using it because my back is killing me. So let's go up to the bathroom and let's show you what's happened in the bathroom because, oh, God, it still isn't finished. It still actually isn't finished. So let's have a look. I'll turn the lights on. We're coming into the bathroom. I don't know how you're going to see this. Now, that's a new, down there, that's a new vanity. And above that's a new cabinet. And then she's got this idiot bloody thing on top of the cabinet. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all trendy, Jeff.
Yeah, all the new tiles around. Go halfway up the wall here. All the new tiles around. Fancy new thing. Fancy new this. Fancy new towel rail. So then we come into the bathroom itself. We're getting new doors, so ignore these doors. Let me turn the light on. And so there's new towel rail. All new taps on the new bar. New towel rail. Now, look, all the tiles are all brand new, all the way up here, all the way around. See that? Close the door. And there's the shower with the new. I don't know if you can see that properly.
Yeah, Rainhead.
So there's the new shower head. And all.
Oh, you copied that from my place, Jeff.
Oh, did we? Is that what you're like? The only thing that haven't got in place at the moment is our screen. That's coming from Brisbane. It's been custom made. It's going to take for another 2 weeks. So that's what's happening at the moment, folks. And that all cost us a little over 16.5 grand. So,
well, you could build a house in the Philippines for that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, mate! We can build houses in the Philippines all day. Long. Yeah, I mean, you got no idea, but we've got our lounge back. For nearly a year, it was just covered in shit. Boxes full of stuff, boxes full of tiles, boxes full of cabinets, boxes full of this, that, and other. We've finally got our formal lounge back. But as I say, we don't use it, but it's just nice to see the fact that it's here. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the go back to the pool room and put this back and hook it back up to all the monitors and everything. I just wanted you guys to see a little bit of the house. Because I must admit, I am house proud. I do enjoy the fact that we live well, and that is why fuck with public servants in the Philippines who are earning 300 to 500 pesos a day, who treat me like shit, really get up my nose.
Well, it's don't forget, half the public servants are all related too, and they're all on the gravy train.
Oh, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and you see, here's the thing. Now, Elaine, she's been here 37 years, and do you know what she told me the other night? And this is really, she said to me, Jeff, I've been in Australia for 37 years. I am no longer the scared girl.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's somewhat similar to my wife. Because the one thing I said to her when we entered into our relationship and all the rest of it, I said, there's no such thing as anybody wears the pants, really. It's equal. We make decisions together and all the rest of it.
Yep.
She is no longer the little Thai girl, and I can tell you that she's no longer the little Thai girl. She likes Australian beef. She bloody near eats a cow a week. But
I got that immediately. Don't worry, I got that.
I watch it here, even with her own family, because she's realistically more Australian than she is Thai now. Yeah. And I sit back and just watch it, and I laugh. I laugh because she's telling the others what to do and what she expects and what they should be doing, and you look at their look on their faces saying, "No, fuck off, bitch, go back to Australia."
Give me 1 second, Johnny. Now, Michael, are you still up there in Kent? Are you still online?
Yeah, still here.
Mate, like one thing about you, mate, when you come online, you are the most quiet, most patient, most deserving. I mean, I can't believe it, I really thank you for looking after me when you come online and all you do for the channel. But, mate, you need to say more. Come on, talk up, mate. Tell us all about what's going on in the Garden Kent. Sorry, Johnny, but Michael is such a huge mate, anybody who's got a bloke like this on his channel is very lucky. Very lucky. So I just feel really guilty that Michael is quite a quiet guy. I wouldn't call him shy, but he's a very quiet guy. And but Michael I know his background, so I know what he's done in the past, what he's capable of, and who he is. So
actually, Michael, Jeff, is a hell of a nice bloke. I've spoken to him many a time. He's a terrific bloke. Michael, I got some friends in Stoke-on-Trent, and like I say, the little video I did from the top of the hotel, knowing what the temperature was in Stoke-on-Trent, kind of to all my English friends, isn't this wonderful? I'm walking around without a shirt. I'm going, yeah, fucking beauty.
I bet you was freezing.
Yeah, me mate was. I spoke to him after the stream. He's sitting in his lounge room with a coat on and God knows what, and saying it's fucking 2 degrees.
First time we went to the Philippines, we went up. What's it called? Mount Apo, and they've got. Well, it's a semi-active volcano. So you got
Tyrol. Was that Tyrol in Luzon?
No, Mount Apo in Mindanao.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we go up to this Lake Alco, and they've got hot water fed streams coming off the active volcano bit, And they've also got a dirty great swimming pool with no one in it that just comes off the normal water that's not heated. Well, everyone up there's running around with jackets and coats on. I'm there with just a t-shirt on. When it comes time to go swimming, I'll go in the big pool. And of course, to all the locals, that's cold. They go, "Oh, how can you swim in that? It's freezing." It's not freezing. There's no ice in this yet.
Yeah, it was like when I dipped my fingers in the swimming pool the other night. I said to me English mate, I said, just slightly below body temperature, it'd be perfect. You'd love it. And of course, you know what he'd said. Go and get fucked. But when I first went to the Philippines, and how I came to go to the Philippines is I'd always planned that in the future I was going to retire, and I wasn't going to retire in Australia. Now, where I live in Australia, or where I used to live, was right in the snow line. So I did a Google search. I typed in, kind of 32 high, 27, 25, 27 low. And Google showed me on a map, and actually showed me General Santos City in the Philippines. And I thought, apart from other places which I didn't want to go to, I thought, fuck it, yeah. But when I first went to General Santos City, by the geez, was it the wild, wild west. And it had, and I believe it still has, for the Western world, do not travel. Now, you were talking about guns, Jeff. I had a friend that was a police captain.
Yeah.
He took me back to the police station. He said, mate, you shouldn't sit out where you sit. It's a little bit dangerous. Come with me. I think it was about 10,000 peso, a Browning 45, 100 bullets.
Yeah, I can buy I can go down to Danao, which is on the coast, and it's the gun capital of the Philippines, and I can buy a 1911 for like 4,000 pesos. Mate, and they're all illegal. They just come up to you in the streets. It's like going to Nimbin. Do you want to buy some dope, mate? Well, you go to Danao, and you can't walk down the street without gun dealers coming up and offering you guns. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, the funniest part about it, in the malls in the Philippines, they all kind of, search you a little bit. And because I was a foreigner and always carried me gun down the butt crack.
Yep.
They put their hand there and just, continue, sir, because I was a foreigner. Now, the one thing the police captain said to me, he says, save the brass, because if you bring the brass back, we reload, so the next lot will be cheaper.
Well, like I say, we bought bullets from a court of a police officer who knew that the person he was selling them to had an unlicensed, unregistered firearm. He didn't give a shit. And it was in front of everybody. It wasn't come in the back room. It wasn't covered up. It was completely open. Everybody saw what was going on.
Yeah.
Nobody said a word.
Well, when I was doing my transaction, it was actually at the police station, and another bloke disappeared and come back with a full cleaning kit for it.
The only thing that really struck me and pissed me off about the whole thing wasn't the fact that here's this police officer selling government-issued bullets to a criminal with an unregistered, unlicensed firearm, but he was ripping off the foreigner 500 pesos because I'm rich, I could afford it. I mean, the mentality there, the way they think, the way they actually conduct things and how they think things work is so fucked up. It's not funny.
Well, like I say, for the years I was there, I ran a little building company, and for different permits and different things, there was always somebody in the government office that had a little job that they trying to get somebody to, I'll send the blokes around this afternoon and do it for you, not a problem. I got all my paperwork, I got everything within split seconds because that's the way it works. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Well, in the Philippines, they've got people in every office. They're called fixers. And you walk in, you get a ticket, and you sit down and you wait for your ticket to be called, but you've got number 52 and serving at the moment. Oh, no, you've got ticket number 450 and they're serving at the moment ticket number 21. So you've got 439 people to wait. You know, you're never going to get in. So along comes this bloke. And for 2,000 pesos, I can get you to the front of the queue. They're called fixers. And this is how the Philippines functions. And everybody in that office is connected to that fixer. It's totally illegal. It's totally immoral. It's utter bullshit. But unless you pay the fixer, you're not getting anywhere. You are going to sit in that seat for the next fucking week.
When I went to the land transport office, whatever, Philippines.
LTO, yeah.
Yeah. Basically a fixer out the front, just checking paperwork or whatever. And I said, I want to change, here's my Australian license. And they said, well, what you need to do, come with me, go to a doctor. And I walked in and I said, ¿Cómo está? And he said, I have a passport. I showed him a passport, wrote me out the form, couple hundred baht, about a couple of hundred peso. Basically, what he signed off was I was alive, so the job was right. Then I had to go and get a photocopy of my Australian license, my passport, digital fingerprints. Went back, and I had ticket about 994, and I was just sitting there, and then I got called up. Hey, excuse me, in other words, hey, foreigner, come over here. Here's your Filipino license with a car, motorbike, truck on it, the same as me fucking Australian one.
Yeah.
Few thousand baht, about 1,000 baht to grease the other bloke's fucking palm, and away I went.
Yep. And it's no different now.
But the whole part about it is, in honesty, it's like Thailand's a lot different. But in the Philippines, their wages are so small. Their care factor is zero. Yeah. If you grease their palm a little bit, you fucking jump ahead. One of my little tricks was go to an office just before closing at lunch, and then they'll say, oh, can you come back after lunch? And so, well, why don't you come and have lunch with me? And then you get back after lunch, you sit down in the seat, and before your ass has even hit the seat, your paperwork's stamped, you're out the fucking door. And it's cost you what, 500 baht, 500 peso, big deal.
Yeah. Well, I am just so fed up with, these people will do anything for money.
Well, the thing is,
are the people that are blocking my driveway in Cebu, have they bribed the public officials to allow them to do that?
Well, that would be
no other reason for them to be doing it and getting away with it.
That would be happening, but you're quite within your rights to get an excavator down there, just knock the whole fucking lot of it down, put it in a truck, fuck it off, and give them the bill. Yeah. Like I kind of said here in the chat, Jeff, just one night, just go down there with a drum of petrol and a box of fucking matches, job's done. And then you just say to the fucking what's the name, because there's no real fire brigades or anything like that. You just say, hey, that's your lad. Clean up your fucking mess.
Yeah.
Because I think I've told you a few times, you're actually 100% right about every legal thing you say. You're not wrong. But the whole thing about it is, it's like Thailand, losing face or those kind of things where if you're taking them kind of down a little bit, they fight back dirty and real dirty. They don't like it. You're spilling the gravy off their gravy chain. But to hold them to say, well, you said this and said that, well, it's still there. I'm telling you to get it moved, or I will move it, and I will be bringing the cost to use. And then they'll go, oh, fuck, this bloke's not fucking around. We better get off our ass. And you say the time limit is 24 hours.
Now, that's what I'm doing with this, Johnny. I am collating all of this into a professional presentation to send to the Court of our Municipal Hall.
Well, make sure you've got about 20 copies of it, Jeff.
And I am going to be sending it to 20 different government departments. And under the Republic Act 6713, they have to reply by law of the Philippines within 15 working days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into practice. If they do nothing, then I will go way over their head to the governor of Cebu, to the congressman of Cebu, to the senator for Cebu. And if I have to, I will spend, I don't care if I have to spend a couple of weeks in Manila at Malacanang Palace screaming at every government department door the law of the Philippines and why it doesn't apply to my Filipino citizen Asawa. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I have been called to do something and I can't get out of it. Johnny, thank you very much for coming in. Michael, you bloody beauty, thank you so much for looking after chat. I really appreciate it. You're a gentleman as always. But I have to go. I've been called from the side. There's nothing I can do about it. Everybody, oh, hang on, there goes the doorbell. There's somebody here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye for now.
See you, Michael. See you, chat.
Bye.
Johnny, give me a